Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations the Podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna. Happy Sunday, y'all.
How everybody doing out there today? Deanna, how you feel today?
I'm great. You?
I feel pretty good. Um,
Okay.
I feel ecstatic, full of energy.
Yeah.
Excited about this next episode just to see, what type of feedback and what type of energy we're gonna get from today's title. You ready?
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
today we're
ready.
gonna be talking about why do men marry women who can't cook nor clean? What you think?
Okay.
That's today's
You
title.
said, why do they marry women who can't cook or clean?
Right. That's today's title.
Okay.
Why do men? Why do?
Sometimes they want a trophy wife.
Okay. You when you say, I thought the trophy wife meant the woman that you're gonna put on the pedestal, correct? And that's usually the woman that can do and does everything,
Correct.
right?
Right. But for some men, it's not her. It's the one that looks appealing.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna dabble into it a little bit today, and my
Okay.
fellas, I need you all to touch in today. And I really gonna need you all to tap in today because this episode is basically about us. So,
Yes.
right, I'm gonna start the first question. I'm gonna start it off like this. Why do you
Okay.
think cooking and cleaning is still considered a wife duty by many people today?
I guess you could say tradition.
Okay,
And then, I mean, unless a man really, is a cooker or a barbecue, or, however it may go, he don't want to do the cooking.
right,
Some men probably don't equate that with being a provider. That's the role of a woman.
okay. I can agree with that because sometimes that can be like a rooted tradition where um
Right.
where women value was tied to homemaking and cooking and cleaning was
Right.
one of those ties. So I can pretty much see where you're
Right.
going with that answer. But
Hmm.
what makes you feel that men really not valuing that in today's society? Well, I'm not gonna say value,
Because a lot of women aren't providing it.
right? I'm not gonna say value though. Let me rephrase that. Um, why do you
Okay.
feel a lot of men are not respecting that anymore?
They're not respecting the women that don't cook and clean or do.
Right? The women that for an example, you can be a man that has a woman that cooks, cleans, be submissive.
Hmm.
I mean, she does everything, but you'll
Hmm.
still step out on her
Okay.
and marry a woman that doesn't cook nor clean. Why is that? Why do you think that's so?
Well, maybe I would say maybe, the woman that's doing all of that stuff, maybe she don't have the energy, in other areas that he may like, or need. So then
Okay,
that's when he go out and get it from the woman who's not doing all of those things, and she has more time and more attention for him.
okay. I can I can see it, but my thing is, does that mean you should step out and on that woman at home, especially if she's a good woman?
No, I don't agree with that, but I mean it's happening every day.
Right,
You
absolutely.
know, sometimes, men let their ego get the best of them and because they are, providing and doing everything that they're doing, they feel like they can have their cake and eat it too.
Right.
But in the long run, or if something happened, or maybe they run into a health issue, or they're just getting older, they'll start appreciating a woman who provide all of those things down the line.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you think today's men really care if a woman
Okay.
can cook and clean anymore? Is that something a man even look for anymore in today's tradition?
Uh, I would say some do and some don't, because I could say, even for me, if I was really being busy and I know my man likes my cooking, but he knows I'm, running different businesses and doing all this different stuff, I would try to make time to cook certain dishes that he liked. But if I could cater to him and spend more time with him, or, just be more affectionate with him, hell, we can pay a cook and a cleaner. We could bring a chef to the house. So,
Right. Right. Absolutely. Uh, we got None Your Beers in the chat. None Your Beers, how you doing? We see you. She said, "Where are the men at?" Men answer the question. Well, we're waiting on the men to
thank you.
jump in and tune in. But as soon as they get in here, we definitely gonna oppose these questions to the men, because today's show is geared toward the men.
It just depends on the mindset of whoever, is connected at this
Right.
point in time. You know, today a lot of people not hung up on tradition anymore.
Okay.
You have a lot of, women that are entrepreneurs now, so they're not even in the homes like that. So, to be doing all of those different things. They, like you say, you got cleaners and cooks and everything being paid for.
Right.
So,
Right. Um, and it's kind of funny you said that, because the next question was, do men believe they just can outsource the cooking and cleaning, which they can. That
I
takes
mean,
away a
yeah,
lot of the duties from the woman as well.
right. So now she has more time available to please him and
Okay.
to be attentive to him. It could work, if that's what they both, if it works for them, it could work.
Right. But do you think in today's society, uh, a woman's ability, uh, a woman's ability to cook, is it overrated in today's relationships?
I mean, I don't care what type of takeout or this and that you go out. I've never met a man who didn't like a home cooked meal, because I
Right.
can cook, and I
Absolutely.
still have people asking me, "Did you cook some, or do you have some leftovers?" So,
Right. Right.
you know,
Because I definitely would take a home cooked meal over any restaurant any day. And yeah,
yeah.
I definitely take a home cooked meal any day. Um. So
But
I
then
mean,
that's
I
why I
don't.
say too, like, if me and you were married or something like that, I could be like, well, babe, let's learn a new dish. So let's hire a chef to come to the house, and we both can learn how to make something together. So
Right.
in that regard, it would be great, because we spend a quality time, we put some music on, drink some wine, and we learning a new skill set. So
Right. Right. Yeah, I can see it. But is there? But is that, I wonder, is that really happening in today's society though? Um.
um I think it works for a little while. I think it works for a little while, because often times when men cheat, the woman will be really successful and she got all these things going on. She's aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. She's got multiple businesses. She's great. She got all the stuff together. But then he go cheat with somebody who the other woman deemed as having less, but she's emotionally there for him. She maybe is cooking home cooked meals. So I just feel like it needs to be a balance.
Right. Right. Well, we got Nanya Beers in the chat. She said that
Okay.
she said not many men out here paying really. She said not many men out here really paying to have someone else really cook and clean, so their woman don't have to. Uh, well, I mean, it happens in the upper echelon community. Where they have a maid, they have their own personal
Right.
chefs and things like that. And that takes away the duties from the wife.
Right.
You know, you're gonna see that more in the upper
Right.
echelon class. So
Mm-hmm.
if you in our tax bracket, then probably not. You probably won't see that. But in the upper
Right.
echelon, I think you'll see it a lot.
Yeah.
Um, well, let me ask you this: what do you think a man
Okay.
lose if he marry a woman who can't cook nor clean? What do you think he loses?
He lose tradition. Um,
Right,
I think he kind of lose the essence of, a woman being in an element of, being nurturing and, you know, those
right,
things that women do.
right,
But I mean, it just goes back to knowing your person too, because like I like to cook. I want to make sure the place is clean and stuff like that. But if a woman like Beyonce don't cook, but she's a mega star. You know what I'm saying? So it's women out here that they got different areas of strong suits. So
right.
it's just depending on if you're the type of man that want a little more tradition from a woman, then you probably need to get with somebody where those things are at the top of their list and they enjoy doing them. Like they not gonna be giving you pushback and complaining about cooking because if you cooking with a poor attitude, the food ain't gonna taste good no way.
Right, right. Well,
It's not. You
well,
gotta
I kind of
you gotta put
I
love
agree
into
with
it.
that
So
because today's modern marriages run on partnership, not chores. You know, so
right,
whether if that's
right,
a strong suit or not, I don't think that tears down the relationship. But
right.
I want to say this: I see none of the fellas have tuned in yet, and nobody have jumped in yet as far as the fellas as far as the fellas goes.
Mhm.
But I do have
Okay.
I do have a clip from a male perspective.
Okay.
I posed this question to someone
Okay.
today, and
Hmm.
this is what they had to say about it. Stay tuned. Today we're here with John. John, I have a question for you. Why is it that men will marry a woman that doesn't cook nor clean?
Well, because it's the standards that he sets for himself. I mean, if you are with a woman and she does everything she's supposed to do, it's self nature to want to go out and have your cake and eat it too. It comes down to the person more than the gender, I think.
Okay. So, do you think it's in our DNA that we do things like this?
I think it's more of a personality trait as opposed to a male female thing. I think there's people with a personality that are entitled, they have a sense of entitlement.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I just needed to know your perspective. I needed to hear it from a male perspective of why we do the things we do as male. John, I really appreciate your time. Thanks.
All right.
Okay. What do you think about what he said, Yana?
He basically said the same thing that I said.
Right.
It just depends on that particular person, what works for him. Is there something that's important to him or not?
Okay. Uh, okay. Rich, we got Rich in the building with us. Rich, I don't know how long you've been in here with us,
Hey,
but today we're
Rich.
talking about why do men marry women that doesn't cook nor clean. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. I think I'm gonna look at it like this. A man can have a woman at home that
Mm-hmm.
cooks and cleans and do everything that's needed to be done in the household. And that man still will go out
Right.
and cheat and do whatever he needs to do on this with someone on the side. Okay. But you got everything at home
Mm-hmm.
you need. But you will go out and marry someone that does total the opposite. I wonder why is that? Because me personally, I think it's in a man's DNA to I think it's part of the DNA of a man, you know. And I was thinking about this, and I look at it like men are creatures. Men are vulnerable
Mm-hmm.
creatures. Men are always on the prowl. You know, look at it as a lion, like a
Okay.
lion. A lion is sit back and watch
Mhm.
and wait
Okay.
before he pounce on his prey, right? And I think that's what
Okay.
we as
Mm-hmm.
men do as well. We'll sit back and we'll wait for the right opportunity to bounce on the prey, you know. But like I say, I really believe it's part of a man's DNA, and um, I think that's why we as men do the things that we do, um, and this is why I think men cheat. I think, you like I say, you can have a woman at home that does everything, but it's gonna be one particular thing this
Mm-hmm.
other woman does that's gonna have you
Right.
head over heels about, and
But
that's how
see,
I
that's
feel
what I'm
about it.
talking about. So, so why you don't sit down and have a conversation with the person at home and just be honest? I love everything you do, but I want this too. Why you
Right?
just can't be honest about it?
Okay, I agree.
Because then what if she say she want to get somebody on the side too? But see, he not gonna want that.
Right. Well, Rich stated that he think it's more or less a control factor. Um,
Hmm. I can agree with that.
I can somewhat agree with that, but I'm not 100% certain it's more of a control factor. I can pretty much see where the control
Right.
portion of it fit in, but that's still
Hmm.
not really giving us the answer that we're looking for. We want to know, why
Yeah.
is it being done? Why is it that we as men can have everything we possibly need at home and still would take the
Right.
run the risk to go do something other with somebody that's not giving you half of what you're getting at home? Why? That's what we're talking about today. We need to know
Just
why.
ego and being greedy. You want a cake and eat it too. That's it. It don't even got to be no deep explanation of why. He just wants what he wanted, and maybe for him, one woman is not enough.
Right. Rich said, why waste time talking about common sense issues? Well, hmm. Okay, well, Rich, if it's like that, then break it down. Break it down for it, because the women want to know the answers to these questions.
Right.
And Nanya Beard says it goes back to the
It's
eighty
not
twenty
common
rule.
sense because
Okay. Go ahead, Theon. I'm sorry.
no, I was saying it's not common sense because it's still being done. And then sometimes when you ask me why they do it, they telling you they don't know. So that's not common sense. Cause we are. I want to know why. Why do you do it? Is it out of
Right.
ego? Are you bored? Do you just want multiple women? And if so, then why not just state that up front and give the person the option on if that's what they want to deal with or not?
I agree. But let me ask this. Let me pose this question. What do you think we
Okay.
gain? What do you think men gain from overlooking these domestic type of skills? What's being gained from that?
I think at that point they may be in the thrill of it until they actually, like I said, until sometimes maybe they get a little older, or you know, maybe if they move to a different space, or sometimes when men purchase a home or whatever the case may be, and they looking up, or maybe when the holidays come about and they start looking like, damn, I wish I had somebody here to cook for me, or I did have that, now I don't. Sometimes it just be not appreciating what you have at the moment, because you get a rush out of that new. It's just like when a man get a new car, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes men do view women like that. It's the rush of it all. It's
Right,
shiny, it's pretty, it's new. So that's where the attention gonna go.
right. Okay, Rich made a comment. Rich made two comments, but I'm gonna show
I
you
mean,
this one
I'm a
first.
woman. I don't really.
Go ahead, Theon. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead. Finish your statement.
I just said I'm a woman. So I was just like, I'm a woman. So I could only give my perspective or guess. Like I'm not a man. So I
Right,
still really couldn't fully answer that question on why they do it.
right. Well, I'm gonna give you Rich. I'm gonna give you what Rich stated. Rich stated is he said
Okay.
it's like this. If you eat chocolate ice cream for years and Baskin Robbins got 31 flavors, we want to taste all the other flavors. So basically, you saying, Rich, it's in our DNA.
I
It's in a
just said
man's
if you get
DNA to
bored.
want to be able to play the field. Is that basically what you're saying? And then he also made another comment. He said that a man would deal with three women all because of what one is not doing. I can see that. And I stated that. I
Right.
stated that
But
as
if we
well.
saying but if we saying right, but if we saying the woman at home doing everything, then why? It's just because it's just something he want to do.
No, or it's
If she
because
not
it's
lacking,
right. It's but it can be one thing she's probably not doing. He's getting elsewhere, and this is what he's infatuated with. This is what's leading him to do
no,
the
that's what
things
I'm
that he's
saying.
doing.
That's what I'm like. But that's what I'm saying. If she's doing everything, she doing the cooking, the cleaning, if she working, doing all the stuff, whatever, then 9 times out of 10, she probably tired. She probably not putting on lingerie. She probably ain't doing her hair and being all, just keeping that spice or whatever, as far as visual, like men like to see. And the other
Right,
woman that don't have all those responsibilities, she's able to have to upkeep, more often.
right. Okay, none of your biz made a comment. She said the question is why marry a woman who doesn't cook and clean? Well, like I said, it all ties back. It all ties back to what I just said a minute ago. I believe, me personally, I believe he's gonna go with this particular woman. He's gonna leave the woman that's doing everything for him because whomever he's dealing with on the side is doing something that he's intrigued with, he's infatuated with, and he loves.
Right.
This is the reason why he's going to entertain it.
Right.
Now, because she's not cooking nor cleaning,
Right.
that can be instilled. That can be worked on.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying, Tiana? That can be
Right.
something that they could possibly work on together. So I believe this is the reason
Right.
why.
No, I understand totally.
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tiana. I'm sorry.
Because guess what? If he choose the other woman, maybe she's more understanding. Maybe she listens to him. Maybe she respects him more than the other one. You know what I'm saying? It could be, we can go on and on with the factors of yin and yang, or who's not doing what and what the other one is providing. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's I know people that have been in relationships for 20 years. Friends talking about, well, I'm not gonna give him oral or whatever. And I'm like, baby, you're gonna get cheated on forever. you know, so
Right.
it's like, how you with the man but then don't want to please him? Cause guess what? It's somebody that will.
Absolutely. You better believe it.
And he gonna be out the damn door with her.
Hmm. Okay, Rich stated, what if he does the cooking? Yeah, but I mean,
Right.
I mean, equal partnership. If they, if no, that's not it, Rich. That's not it. Let me retract what I was about to say. That's not it because the topic is why would you wife a woman that does not cook and clean? That's the topic for today. That's what we. This is the road we're traveling down. If he had a woman at home that does
Right.
everything,
But
but
that
you
could be,
choose to leave this woman to go to a woman that does none of these things, why?
but 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 that's what I'm saying. But I can say I agree with Rich on this one because maybe he can cook, so he don't even care about that anyway. And if the other woman is loving him correctly, she's a safe space for him. The other woman could be doing everything, but she hostile, she not
Right,
loving, she not feminine like she should be or whatever, and she's burnt the hell out, whatever the case may be. It could be any of those factors. And the other one, she probably can't cook or clean, and that's what I'm saying. He probably know how to cook too, so he like you ain't got to have all that, but you provide all these other things that help fulfills me as a man, makes me feel amazing. You know what I'm saying? In whatever
right,
capacity that is, so he's gonna choose her.
right. Absolutely. Okay, now your biz made a comment. She said, so just because the woman is a new flavor, that's why he's going to marry the next woman. Uh, like Theana just said, I know your biz is this new woman, this other woman must be doing something truly amazing that he's not getting at home. And like she said, maybe he's doing the cooking. I don't know. I mean, but 9 times out of 10, that's what's really happening. When a man chooses to leave home, he's unhappy. He's unhappy.
Right.
Something is going wrong,
Right.
and somebody else have filled that void. Someone else have made this man feel
Right.
tremendous, and this is the reason why
And guess what?
he's stepping out. Go
And
ahead,
guess
Tiana.
what? He will look over all those right. He will look over all those other things that she can't do because she's providing the things that are important to him that does make him feel amazing.
Right,
So he can make a compromise on those things.
right. Yeah, because Rich made a comment. He said he do 85% of the cooking in his house. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I know a lot of men that do cook. So for them, that's not on their list for the woman. It could be yay or nay. That's not gonna make or break them wanting to deal with that woman. So if he's doing all the cooking, if a woman can't cook but she does have other qualities that he like, guess what? He gonna go with her.
Right, right. So in other words, you all stating most men secretly enjoy cooking more so than women. Then that's basically what you're saying.
It's a lot of men that cook better than women. They be throwing down in their kitchen and on their grill.
Right. Okay. Well, I can see it. I can see it.
But it's like if the man is cooking, if
Go ahead,
if the
Tiana.
man is cooking, how the hell you talking about you tired
Right.
and you can't put no lingerie on or babe not tonight? No, tonight.
Oh shit.
I'm just saying, it's like, come on, girl, what you doing?
Right. Um. So, do you think it's a cultural effect whether men expect a woman to cook anymore?
I don't think so. I just think it's a preference on what works for that particular man. Because, say for instance, the man is on the go all the time, or he's always traveling, or whatever he's doing, and he want the woman with her. I don't want you to do all that. I just want you to be with me. You see what I'm saying? I need you by my side.
Right.
We can go out to eat, or we can do whatever. We can we can, you know what I'm saying? It's just if he understands the needs that the wants and needs that he's requiring or that he need fulfilled or whatever, then he's getting the woman that matches his lifestyle or the things that he wants.
Right. I can agree with that. All right, we got my man Thomas Carson just checked in. Tom, what's going on with you, man? Um, today's topic is why do men marry women who can't cook nor clean? Now, you being a man, I want you to jump in and because the women need answers. So tap in with us. Give us your opinion on why you think we as men will pull a move such as this. Rich said, for an example, my wife managed the money. I blow it. Okay. I can see if you let her manage the money. I can see that. I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with that, especially if you know you're not good with managing money, and she is. I don't see anything
But that's
wrong
what
with
I'm
that.
saying. People,
Right.
right. But that's why I said people doing what works for them. Like if your strong suit is this and my strong suit is that, then we have to do what works for us. And that may not be traditionally what people say is correct, you know what I'm saying, based off tradition. Sometimes you have to make your own rules up that fit you and your partner lifestyle.
Right. Okay, well, I got two more comments here. Rich said that a lot of women simply can't cook anyway. And then none of your biz. She getting mad now, y'all. Y'all fellas, let me say this. Hold on, Theon. I gotta go solo on this because I see none of your biz getting
Okay.
mad. Look, fellas, I need you guys to let's get back on track. Let's back up a little bit. The women want to know why men would leave their home and go to a woman that does nothing. Why would a man marry a woman who can't cook or clean, but you left a home of a woman that's actually doing all those things? None of your beers want to know. Listen, we have to answer these questions for her. Okay. She wants to know. She said the questions ain't being answered. She's saying the questions not being answered. So fellas, y'all making her mad. And let's get the answer to this question. Why do you feel men do this? Why? Why are men stepping out on these good women and doing the things that they're doing on the side? Thomas, Rich, I need y'all to step up to the plate. I need y'all to step up to the plate. Deanna, I ain't gonna put no pressure on you because you're not a man. You only can give your perspective. But I got fellas that's tuned in right now, so you
Right.
guys got to you guys got to come on with it now. Come on with some answers, because none of your business. She put emphasis on this. She said this shit ain't being answered. Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna give y'all about 30 seconds to get a prepared answer. We'll be right back.
Looking to boost your brand? Advertise with Situations, the podcast where real life stories meet real time conversations. Reach engaged listeners and grow your business today.
Okay, none of your business. Rich Daddy said he want her in his life, but he want to be able to do him too. Um,
Exactly.
so you think, Rich? So you think that's why it's being done? Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you, none of your business. Let me ask you this. The African culture, they are entitled to 3, 4, 5 wives, right? How do you see? How did that fit? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about a man having multiple wives? Answer that question for me, Diana. Um, let me
Hmm.
ask you this.
Okay.
So if a woman who can't cook nor clean, is she still considered wife material? Do you think
Hmm.
she's considered wife material?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, because you can have 10 couples that get married, but each one, is creating the vows and traditions that work for them. Like Rich said, so what if she's good with managing the money, or she's good with finances and help building your business up and all this and that? She's not finna be doing no damn cooking.
Okay. Um,
Or what if the man, was in a relationship with a model or something like that? She might not cook or clean, but
right,
she on Vogue. It just depends on his preference and what he want.
right, right. Well, Thomas said that it's pride and ego. He said he feels it's more so pride and ego. Um,
I can agree with that too.
Rich, none of your beard said you still didn't answer the question. y'all better, y'all better leave none of your beards alone. She's on the warpath
I
today.
think it's I think it's all those answers. I think it could be ego. I think it could be pride. I think it could be having your cake and eat it too. I think it could be wanting a fantasy. I think it could be breaking out of monotonous of being with the same person for all this time. You just want to experience something new. I think it could be a factor of all of those things.
Right. Rich said that her career may not allow her to cook.
But at the same time,
Go ahead, Tiana.
it could be that too.
Right.
But guess what? If he tired of her shit, she might be tired of him too.
Okay.
It could work both ways.
Boy, y'all making none of your beards mad. She said, "Hey, fellas," she directed this to you guys. She said these men are answering the question if they were cheating but marrying the next. Hey, Tiana, let me ask you a question. Tiana, I need you to put your man hat on.
Okay.
I need you to flip the script for a minute. I need you to come over here with me for a minute.
Okay.
Cause we gotta give none of your
Okay.
beers an answer. And the fellas are not getting it. We not getting it
Okay.
done. Tiana, answer the question.
Okay.
Why do you truly
Hmm.
feel men would marry a woman who can't cook nor clean? But I want you to answer this as if you were a male.
Because he's moving out of his own selfishness of what he want, or maybe a fantasy that he have, and he don't care about tradition. He don't care about nobody being, like some men choose women based off, their mom. And because you'll hear a lot of men, well, you got to cook like my mama. Baby, I'm not your mama. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of men, like, I don't care about none of that. Or maybe when they was younger, they couldn't get the woman, that they wanted based off looks, social status, or something like that. And now they just doing what the hell they want to do.
Right. Okay. Um, like I say, I mean, I think I gave my opinion on why I think it's being done. I think it's just in our DNA. I
Yeah.
mean, men are creatures of habits, and
Hmm.
I can't
But
see it
you still have to
no other
decide
way.
to do it though, right?
Say it again, Theon. I'm sorry.
But you a man and you saying you will be faithful. I said, but you're a man and you saying you faithful, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I think it's gonna take a special type of man to be fully committed. But
That's the point I'm trying to make. It could
right,
be in every man DNA, but it's still a choice.
right, right. You have to be strong and willing to fight that urge. If you're weak minded,
Right.
If you're weak
That's
minded, you're going to easily go. You know,
right.
social media doesn't help that situation at all either. But it has to. You have to be a
Right.
strong minded individual, especially if you know you have someone that got all these boxes checked off. If all these boxes are checked
Right.
off,
I agree.
then why even entertain anything other? You know, why entertain anything other?
Right. But that, so guess what? So if he's doing it and a woman is doing all that, but then she get a man that, wants to take her out and wants to, cause she feeling like she's Cinderella at home or Hazel, scrubbing and cleaning and cooking. And this man like, baby, I don't want you to cook nothing. Come on, I'm finna fly you out to here. I'm finna fly you out to there. We'll eat out. I'm gonna buy you new clothes. I'm gonna give you money. I'm gonna do all this and that or whatever. And she's not feeling appreciated at home. She might say, hell, to hell with it too. I ain't gotta cook no more.
Right.
But see, the
Thomas,
love of the person and showing up for each other,
go ahead, Tiana. I'm sorry.
it's just two people that have to make the choice every day to keep checking in and showing up for each other and choosing to
Absolutely,
be there. That's it.
absolutely. That's it. That's all.
That's it.
If you got that one person, if you got that one person, me personally, if you got that one person that check these boxes off, and I mean, why look elsewhere? You know, and when I say check the boxes off, I mean she cook, she clean, the love making is good. If those boxes are checked, why? I mean, what else? What else can you be looking for? You know, if you got that one person that does all of
Well, a
these
lot of times,
things, why? I mean, I
I
don't get
can
it.
say a lot of times in some of these relationships today, the men don't value those things. They value the woman that's making a whole bunch of money.
Okay, but okay, hold on, let me see. Thomas made a comment. He said the red pill guys. He said steady teaching traditional stay at home women are valued. I don't truly believe that. The red pill guys steady teaching traditional stay at home women are valued more. I don't truly believe that. Um,
I don't believe it either.
right.
She would just have to. That's what I'm saying. She would be valued by a man that appreciates that. I was
Right.
with somebody and I cooked, and then they got with somebody else and found out they didn't want to do no cooking. But then it was like, because you think the grass is green on the other side, and it's like, dang, now I just wish I would have stayed where I was at.
But do you think something triggered that individual, that male, to move on? It has to be something that, and I mean I can't speak for every male. I can only give my perspective on why it's being done. But it has to be something
Hmm.
that'll make that man want to move on to something else. It has to be something. And now, what that one
To
particular
me,
thing may
ultimately,
be,
it's
it may
just
be
a
different for
man
each
wanting.
male. Go ahead. What'd you say, Tiana?
Right. That's what I was gonna say. It depends on what that thing is.
Right. Now,
But
what that one
then
thing is, I
that's
don't
what I'm
know.
saying. They would get out there, right? But then they'll get out there and try a whole bunch of different things, and then want to come back, and it's like, no, you thought
Right.
the grass was green on the other side.
Thomas, I agree with you. He said, unfortunately, sometimes it's greed. That is true. That's true.
I said that.
Yeah,
I said that. Absolutely.
greed to
Yes.
get you, caught up too, though. That'll definitely get you caught up.
Yeah, I said that. Greed, and one of your cake and eat it too. That's it. Ego.
But let me ask you this, fellas. Let me ask you all this too. Rich, Thomas, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna pose this question to you guys. Do you guys think social media is changing men's perspective of getting a wife? How do you all feel about that? Do you think social media play a role in changing the expectations of men marrying women? Until you guys answer, I'm gonna go first. I say yes. I say yes because um, and I've said this many times in previous episodes. Social media
Mm-hmm.
social media makes it easier for a man to get whatever he wants.
Right.
Because, for an example, you can
Right.
go over to Twitter, and Twitter now is like the new porn hub.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can get anything you want
Mm.
off Twitter. You can go on Instagram. Everybody
Right.
on Instagram that's posting pictures got their ass tooted up in the air. So it makes it easier
Right.
for a man to dabble off and experience and try different things because it makes it so much easier.
Right.
It makes it so much easier.
But guess what? Easy don't mean value. Easy doesn't
Absolutely.
equate to value though.
Right.
And
I
that's
agree
what I'm
with that.
saying. So after you get done with the easy shit, now you want to come back over here because your ass tired and hungry.
uh okay, None your Bears made a comment. She said that
Yeah. She
hold your thought, Tiana. She said the man will marry the next woman because they have a better bond/connection with within the other woman. That could be too. It's like I said, it can only be one thing, possibly two. It can only be one or two
that's what I
things that would
said.
make that man
Right.
want to make that particular move. You know, Rich, you saying yes
Right.
or no? Yes, Rich, what you saying? Yes and no too. Thomas made a comment. Thomas said, yes, it can be spread. It could be a spreaded myth and misinformation. That's true. That's true. Absolutely. Rich made a comment. Rich, you and that $40, man. That $40 gonna get you in trouble, bro.
Wait a minute.
Rich,
Look. Speaking of the $40, I brought a wash card today and put $40 on there, and I don't know where the hell is it.
Rich, that $40,
Need my
man, gonna get you in
$40
trouble.
back.
None of your biz. She said again, you guys are talking about cheating, and that's not the topic. Okay, none of your biz. Let me, fella. I mean, okay, let me say this, none of your biz, because apparently the question is not being answered to your liking. Was I even close to answering your topic or answering your question? Let me know if I was even close because I try to reevaluate what I said and see how I can um, deliver it in a different method because I really don't know what else it could possibly be. You know, like I said, it's the my I'm
I
gonna stick
think
with
the
what I said
answer.
originally. It's in the man's DNA. That's it. It's the man's DNA. You know, men are creatures. Men are creatures of habit. But it takes a special man and it takes a special woman to be able to lock that man down.
Right.
If he's not getting that one particular thing that he's getting elsewhere, guess what? He's going to end up continuing to go over to where he's getting what he's missing. I mean, other than that, I really don't know.
Right.
And that's why he's going to marry and wife up the other woman because it's something that he's not getting at home. Even though the home do the cooking, do the cleaning, being submissive, but it's just something that she's lacking that he likes elsewhere. I mean, I don't know what more I can say.
Right.
Um, Nanya Bear said, you mentioned Twitter. What does Twitter have to do with me and answering why they were married the next? Well, Twitter has a lot to do with Nanya Bears because social media. When I said Twitter, I meant how social media is making it so easy for men nowadays to get whatever they want. This is why I said Twitter.
Right.
I don't know if you on Twitter or not, but Twitter is not. Twitter has Twitter has no community guidelines. None. If you go on Twitter, you're gonna see raw everything. I mean, they busting it wide open on Twitter. Twitter makes it a lot
I
easier
haven't
for
been on
men
there.
to tweet. You understand what I'm saying? Dion, do you have a Twitter?
Yeah.
Do you see
I
any of
haven't been
this I'm
on
talking
Twitter in
about?
so long. I don't know what's going on.
It's Pornhub.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Twitter it's like the new Pornhub.
Okay, so
But hold on, hold your
but that's
thought.
the whole thing. So the men don't want tradition. Okay.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say social media is making it so easy for men to step out. That is making it easy for men to step out
Okay,
on a
so this
woman.
is the thing. So guess what? They don't want tradition. They want horse. There you go. None of your business. That's the answer because they want a hoe. That's why.
I can agree with that as well. Uh Thomas made a comment. And Thomas, you're right. You're absolutely right. He said it's an old saying, what you won't do, the next woman will. That's true. That's absolutely true. I agree with
Exactly.
that 100%. 100%.
But see, but we're not saying the topic we said if she is doing everything because I cook, clean, show up in trench coats, can pay bills and everything else too. So the whole thing is, then why would you cheat? That's what we trying to figure out. If she is doing everything,
Right. I think sitting here thinking about it,
that's the original question. That's what none of your biz talking about.
but as I'm sitting here thinking, I'm also thinking that it's being done because we want to see if we can possibly get away with it. You know, I think a lot of men are doing it because they want to see if they can get away with it. Um,
And guess what? You can. But guess what? If you've been with a woman over a certain period of time, she's gonna be in tune with you, and that woman gonna know. And she may not leave you today, she may not leave you tomorrow, but when she leaves, she just gonna up and leave, and then you're gonna be looking crazy. Now you can go have a free for all.
right. Well, we got a few comments here. Rich said, I guess he's saying if Twitter not porn, he said he gonna get on Twitter tonight.
And he won't need that 40 for it.
Rich said he getting on Twitter tonight. None of your beard said right, Deanna.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
there y'all go again. Ain't none of your biz. I ain't gonna have that out of you this weekend. You and Deanna, y'all ain't finna team up on the men tonight. I got some men in here that's gonna back me up now.
We we still have y'all, we outnumbered.
Yeah, but I guess
It's
I
still
guess
three of
you
y'all and
finally
it's two of
answered her
us. We gotta
question,
stand in
Deanna.
solidarity.
Yeah, I guess you finally gave her the answer
Yes.
pretty much that she was looking for. Rich said it's all about excitement.
I said that.
Yeah, Thomas said some don't need much
But
to
we
tip off.
saying if the but that's what I'm saying. We saying it, he's saying it's all about excitement. I said that too. But okay, I'm a woman that cooks. I wear different wigs. I don't and so I'm not a liability in that regard because I do all these things myself. So you might get a woman, a different woman every week, aesthetically pleasing, I would say for me. So what's the excitement? I show
Right,
up in trench coats and everything. So that's what I'm saying. We're not saying she's lacking in that department. He just want to be greedy and do what the hell he want to do because he got everything at home on the silver platter.
right. Well, Nanya Bears made another comment. She said, Rich, this comment she made was geared towards you. She said, Rich better stop before he end up in the basement. Rich, I know you ain't trying to get back in
Okay.
that basement, so you better chill out. um,
Trapped in the basement.
let me ask you guys. Let me ask the guys this. Well, let me see. Oh yeah, let me think about something. Y'all stay tuned.
Looking to boost your brand? Advertise with Situations, the podcast where real life stories meet real time conversations. Reach engaged listeners and grow your business today.
Okay. Everybody that's tuned in, Theon, I want you guys to answer this. Do you
Okay.
think a topic like this can can cause division between tradition and modern couples?
Yes.
Why do you feel?
Yes.
Why do you feel?
Because the modern couple, and you will have more women on this side that like, we don't care about no cooking. We ain't got to do that. And we still living the life that we want, and we getting taken care of, and he's still, he's still into me, and everything like that. So we don't even have to do that stuff.
Right.
But the traditional woman is like, I don't agree with that because this is how things should be done in decent order. But so it's just all that's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying it boils down to preference.
Right. Okay. Well, none of your biz made a comment. She said,
Okay.
so like Deanna said, she can cook, clean, show up in different wigs every week and drop it like it's hot. But the man won't marry her and marry the next. Why? Why? Okay. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if you got a woman like Deanna and she's doing all these things and she's trying to keep it entertaining and keep it spicy and keep the romance and a man still will cheat, um,
That's just
I
something you
really
want
don't,
to
I don't,
do.
right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why a man will step out on a woman like that, especially if she's showing up a different person every day. You coming home, she's cooking, she's cleaning, she's doing everything that you need to do, and you're not marrying her, you're not trying to tie her down, then something is definitely wrong. Fellas, tell me what y'all think. Tell me why y'all wouldn't marry a
Could he
woman
be
like Deanna.
intimidated by that woman?
Right. Yeah, this definitely is the topic. None of your biz. You're absolutely right. So fellas, Rich, Thomas, let me ask you guys a question. Why wouldn't you marry a woman like Deanna? You know, she says she's this type of woman. She cooks, she cleans. She's gonna make sure you're satisfied. She's gonna show up as a different person for you every day. Why wouldn't you guys marry a woman like this? I need some answers. Because none of your biz. She says she needs some answers. She needs some answers. Let me see what we got here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go on to the next question till the guys tap in with us. And none of your biz. I'm trying to get some answers for you, so just hold fast. Okay, she made another comment. She said, and if she stopped all of a sudden, then the man should question himself as to why she stopped. That's true. I would, yeah, I would look side eye. I have a side eye. I'll be trying to figure out why she stopped doing the things that she's normally
But see,
accustomed
that's
to
what I'm.
doing. You're absolutely right about that.
But that's what I
But,
said. I said that too. I said the woman would stop because she's not feeling appreciated.
right,
So it's like if I'm doing all of this and you're gonna go elsewhere anyway, then why do I need to do it?
Rich said intimidating.
Didn't I just say that?
Yeah. He said he just made another comment. He said usually a beautiful woman intimidates a man.
I said that.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, I can agree with that to a certain extent. You know, I don't feel I don't feel nothing a woman can do will intimidate me. Me personally, I don't feel a
Because
nothing.
guess what?
If
Because
anything,
guess what?
go ahead. Go ahead, Theon. I'm sorry.
You're a real man, and you're a real man, and you're gonna appreciate everything that comes with me being a woman and the feminine energy that I'm bringing.
Absolutely.
For somebody else, I could be with somebody. I was in a relationship before, and he said every time I'm sick of this. Every time we go somewhere, everybody talking about your hair look nice, you look pretty, you this and that. So why did you choose to be with me then?
Right.
The man to say they want the woman with all the different qualities, and then when they get with her, they don't even know how to accept them. Sir, do you want it or not?
Right. Absolutely. Well, like I was saying, there's nothing I can ever be intimidated by. I promise you. Not. If anything,
Yeah,
I'm turned on by that. If anything, and that's gonna make me pursue that woman even harder.
exactly,
You know, intimidated? No. Turned on?
exactly,
Yes. You know, I I could never be intimidated. I mean, if it's something, if I feel like this, if it's something that you see you like, you know, be pray. I
right.
mean, pounce on it. You know, none of
And
your
guess
men.
what,
What did she
Kelvin? If
say?
you're doing all of those, if you're in pursuit of that woman,
Hmm.
huh?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Me,
Yeah, go ahead, Theon. I'm sorry. Like I lost my camera here for a minute.
I'm saying if you're if you're in pursuit of that woman based off everything that she's doing, in return, she's gonna feel safe. She's gonna be fine with letting you be the masculine lead, and that's gonna turn her on. She's gonna want to do more of that. There's no woman in this world that when the man is pleased with everything she's doing, she gonna say, I ain't gonna do that no more. She gonna do quadruple that.
Right. We're having a little more technical difficulties,
And that's
y'all.
just what it is.
Theon, y'all, you guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It look like my camera has been lost for a minute. So, Theon, I'm gonna keep the
Mhm.
camera on you.
Okay.
But none of your beers said that I got
Okay.
quite a few comments here. Let me see. Let me catch up real quick. None of your beer says she says intimidated, but you wanted the woman first and you got her, then what? So then what the ultimate goal will be marriage. That should be the goal.
Right.
That should be the ultimate goal.
Right.
Let me see. Rich said a beautiful woman, you can't give her $40. And that's intimidating. Rich. Rich ass crazy.
You ain't never lied, Rich. You dead on the money with that one.
Rich said, yeah. Let me ask you guys this. Um, well, first of all, let me say this. I appreciate you guys, rocking with us for another episode of Situations the Podcast. Unfortunately, we had quite a few technical difficulties today, but hopefully going forward, I get this problem rectified. Uh, Rich, none of your biz said that if you expect to go to Twitter tonight, you better save that $40. All right. Well, I'm gonna pose this last question for today's show. At the end of the day, why do
Okay.
men wife women who can't cook or clean? At the end of the day, why do
Because they
men?
don't want to.
Why would they wife the woman? Go ahead, then. I'm sorry.
Because they're gonna choose somebody who don't challenge them in different areas. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Okay. Uh, well, I'm gonna say this. Sitting here thinking, I'm gonna say because marriage is
Hmm.
about love, loyalty, and partnership. It's not about
Right.
cooking and cleaning. I really think it's about
You're right.
love, loyalty, and partnership. And fellas, if you guys are still here with us, don't ever be intimidated by a woman's beauty. That should be that should be a turn on to you guys. That should make you guys want to pursue that
Right.
particular woman, especially if she's on the market. If she's on the market, you should supposed to you should immediately turn into that lion and pursue and hunt. Intimidation should never ever be a factor. If anything, you should be turned on. That's what I'm gonna say. Oh, I must have answered her question. I must have answered none of your biz question. She said bingo, and she put it in capital letters. Uh-oh. I must have I must have answered her question. Oh man. Okay, guys. I think that's gonna conclude our show for today. Um, we had quite a few technical difficulties. Once again, I want to truly apologize about that. But I also want to say I appreciate you guys rocking with
Yeah.
us once again for another episode of Situations the Podcast. And oh, no, she said no. I didn't answer her question. Theana did. All right, okay, all right. Y'all trying to double team me again. Okay, Rich, that's what I'm talking about, Rich. Rich said he's not intimidated. He just got to go harder. Absolutely. Absolutely. But Rich, you take it easy, bro. You married. You married already. So I don't want to get you in no situation and you talking about Kelvin did it. Nah, nah.
Okay.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful. But yeah, go harder, bro. You got to go harder because like I said, intimidating should never be a factor. But once again, I want to
You're
say
right.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Theana, you got something you wanna say?
Um, I would say for man or woman, just be honest about what you want and what you're looking for. You could have the person at home that's doing everything, but if you just don't want a full commitment, which in most cases that might be the complete answer right there. The person just don't want a full commitment. They love the perks and everything that the person do, but they don't want a full commitment. So then they go out and be with other people. You know what I'm saying? And the grass looks green on the other side. So just be upfront and honest with that. And if that's what you want, then just roll with that.
Right. Okay. Rich say he still got that $40. Rich say he still got that $40 on standby. Rich, you better take that $4 to Twitter. None of your business say take that $4 to Twitter.
They they gonna
None,
take it on. They gonna take it at 20. They
uh,
gonna take it at 20.
none of your business say Kelvin giveaway. Okay. Let me see. What could I possibly give away? What do Deanna? What can we give away this week? Or do you want to? I tell you what. I don't have anything prepared for you guys this week as a giveaway, but you guys have my word. Next week episode, we're gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna have something special for you guys because you guys have been great. I appreciate you guys always rocking with us from week to week. I appreciate you guys being a part of each week's
Yes,
episode, and I can't I can't say how much this truly means to me. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. None of your beer said Theana drinks.
absolutely,
Okay, y'all want to do some drinks? I got some
absolutely.
drinks. I got plenty of drinks. I could do a
Yep,
giveaway. Y'all want some drink? Let me
you sure
before
do.
we close this show out. Before we close this show out, you guys want some drinks? I got some drinks for you. Um, let me
Okay.
see. What can I give you guys to drink? I tell you what. See, I gotta figure out a way to do this. I don't have a way to do it. I tell you what. We're gonna wait, Tiana. We're gonna wait till next week.
Look, okay, none of your biz. None of your business. Kelvin gonna get us the drinks. I do makeup and everything. We could have us a pamper party. That's it. Since we talking about the women that cook and clean and do everything. Come on, this our treat.
Right. I tell you what, I sponsor that. I sponsor you guys. Y'all, none of your beers, you don't think y'all hook up and y'all do y'all pamper thing, and I supply the drinks for that. I got plenty of drinks for that. But next week, give us the next week
Okay.
for a giveaway. That give me and Tiana a chance to talk about, what we want to do as a giveaway and how we're going to give it away. I don't want to just do it spare of the moment type thing. But next week for sure, we will have a giveaway. So you make sure you guys tune in next week for another amazing episode of Situations the Podcast. And I'm your host, Kelvin.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna.
Okay, Tiana, none of your beer said yes. Yes, girl, yes. And she put plenty S's and plenty E's in yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, none of your beers. I'll make sure.
Yes.
I'll make sure I get you her information, and you guys can do your thing. But once again, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in to another amazing episode of Situation the Podcast, and I'll see you guys next week. What I miss? Got called
See
by a
y'all
phone
next
call.
week.
Thomas, next week we're gonna be doing a giveaway. You didn't miss much. We're gonna be doing a giveaway to our supporters. So make sure you tune in next week, next Sunday at 6 p.m. And we're gonna be doing a giveaway. But other than that, man, I appreciate you tuning in. If you have not subscribed to the podcast, make sure you do so. Get over to YouTube at Situations the Podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell, and make sure you become part of the family when you do so.
Thank you guys for tuning in to today's show. We greatly appreciated it. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday for another amazing episode of Situations the Podcast.
Okay, y'all. That's going to do it for today's show. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.